All right, before we go over today's lesson, I want you to work this problem out. So I've got 7 plus 3 times 2 plus, in parentheses, 4 minus 1 plus 2 to the third power. And normally whenever we're doing this in class in the past years, I have several different answers whenever I have them work out a problem. So we're going to see if this is the case today too. So pause the video, work out this problem, and after you have your answer, come back and we're going to go over a few things with this. All right, so hopefully you have an answer now to this. And you may not have known where to start with this problem. And that's why, some of you probably ended up with a different answer than what I'm going to give you. And because we can't, have a whole bunch of different answers, we have to have one answer. We have what is called the order of operations. And this tells us the order that we need to work out all problems. So we start out, you can use these initials to help you remember that. And some people, think of this as, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And that can help you remember the order with this. But what the P stands for is parentheses. So that means that you work out everything in parentheses first. And then the E stands for exponents. So then you work out all exponents. And then we have M and D. Now these two, they actually go together because we work out multiplication and division in order from left to right. So whichever one comes first. If you have division, then you work out the division. If you have multiplication, you work out the multiplication. But you won't, just because the M is first on here, that doesn't mean do multiplication first. Since these two are on the same level, we do whichever one comes first from left to right. And then last, addition and subtraction. And addition and subtraction are the same way. If subtraction comes first, then you go ahead and work out the subtraction first. So addition and subtraction are you can think of those as being on the same level. So for this problem, since we're going to follow the order of operations now, we need to start out working within parentheses. So I'm going to come all the way over here and do 4 minus 1. So that gives me 3. Then after I do that, I'm going to go ahead and bring down everything that I have left. And it, might help you if you underline what you've worked out. So I'm just going to bring everything down. And so now my next step is to work out exponents. So we have talked about exponents, and we know 2 to the third power means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Now, there are different ways that we could show multiplication. We could also use a dot. We could say 2 times 2 times 2. So that would mean multiplication. And then if we had parentheses, I could put parentheses to show multiplication. So if I had it like this, that would also show that we need to multiply. So in this case, I'm going to multiply 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. And then 4 times 2 gives me 8. So I want to be careful. I'm not adding these, and I'm not saying 2 times 3. But I'm doing 2 times 2 times 2. So that gives me 8 here. So then I'm going to go ahead and bring down everything that I have left. Now my next step is multiplication or division. So I don't have any division, but I have multiplication. So I need to work it out. That gives me 6. So then I bring everything else down. And then last I do addition and subtraction. So the rest of this is just addition. So this gives me 13, then plus 3 plus 8. So 13 plus 3 would be 16. And then 16 plus 8 is going to give me my final answer of 24. So if you got 24, then you followed the order of operations. If you got something else, now you know the order that we need to work these problems out. So we're going to do a few practice problems on the form.